Good evening, guys. It is Make It Monday. Cindy Fodor here with Stamp the Love, and this is a recorded version because, Lord willing, when you catch this, I will be in Kentucky for a vacation. So, but be sure and check the comments because I'm hoping that I will be available and can chat with you on there while you're watching this, so that I can answer any questions that you have. So please leave some comments. Let me know you're here. That's going to be really helpful. But yeah, so I didn't show you the projects that we did at class this month yet, and so I decided that to do that before I forget, because they were really some fun cards, and I wanted to show those to you. So it's going to be 3 cards. I'm probably going to go through them pretty quickly. I have a few steps done so that it doesn't take too long since it's 3 full cards. So yeah, so let's pop on over there. Let me just give you a quick reminder. Celebration is in full swing. What that means is when you purchase for every $50, you get to get a free item. As a hostess, by hosting a party of $300 orders, $300 in orders or more, you get a free, really nice saying set that's in the Celebration catalog in the very back. And if you sign up as a demonstrator during Celebration, you get a free bundle of your choice. So it's an awesome time to do it, guys. It's always a great time. But it's always fun to join our team. We have some fun events that are only for demonstrators, whether you're a hobby demonstrator or whether you want to make a little extra money or whatever you want to do, or you just want to try it for a little bit. It's all up to you. So great time to try it. Just let me know if you need, if you have some questions that you would like answered. Do that. So. All right, so let's get started. Let me pop over to the other screen so that I can show you the 3 cards. So these are the 3 cards. This is our pumpkin one. It's from Pretty Pumpkins, and it is a bundle of gorgeousness. These dies here, the 2 pumpkins here were cut with the dies. This one is done with our Peaceful Cabin. And this is that set. So beautiful. I'm so in love with this set. And that has dies with it as well. And then this one is a celebration item that you can earn for free, and it's our Delicate Dahlia. And it is just a stunningly gorgeous stamp. If you saw it in the catalog, you probably were like, okay. But when you see it close up and you see the detail in all of the stamping, and the one I do tonight is going to be just a little bit different than this. Okay, so I'm going to start with the cabin. So let me just scoot that out of the way. I'm going to scoot that right there so that you can see the finished card while I'm working. As I have are, my background is Mossy Meadow. I have a black piece and a white piece, and I just made the black piece a 1/16 of an inch longer because I only wanted a little bit of that to show on my card. And I'm going to talk about the cabin in a minute. And then I have this piece. It's a die cut, and I stamped that using our Stamparatus because I was able to cut these beforehand, and I used the cutout piece here. I cut some trees out of this so that now this cutout piece can pop right in here. And I inked this up with Mossy Meadow, and I already did it, as you can see. And I tell them to make sure this is up in the corner, pushed up completely, because that's how I set up the stamp. And then all they have to do is close it, and boom, it's done. Okay, so that's how that piece got finished. Now if I can get it back out of here. So everybody's got to be the same then. And so that's that piece. And then I stamped the saying from the set, and my stamp is damaged. They're sending me a new one, but the G isn't quite right, but it's not terrible. But anyways, wishing you the best. And then I used our new, yeah, I'm gonna forget what this is. This is corkboard paper. So it's really thin, just like paper, and the backing of it is paper, but it's actually really thin sliced cork, and it's really pretty, and I've done a lot with it. And I'm putting this here as a strip across, but decided not to waste the amount in here because it's going to be covered. So I just cut these little pieces to go on the outside. So let's get this put together. Oh, I want to tell you about the cabin. So I had them stamp this first and then lay this on here so that they could see where their cabin was going to show up. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what's with me tonight. We're going on vacation tomorrow, and I am so like worn out from trying to get everything. And I'm recording this at 9 o'clock at night, so it's not like it's much later than I would normally be on with you guys. So anyways, so I had them lay this here just so they could get an idea about where they wanted it. And you could put a mark here if you want to, or whatever. I wanted to be able to see the chimney and the window, and so then I just stamped it near the top of my paper. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue this white piece down with the cabin on it, and I did stamp the cabin in crumb cake. And I want to I'll show you one or two other samples with this set as well. All right, let's get these guys glued down. Now, when you cut it like this, it might be a little tricky to make sure that they're lined up side to side. So I'm going to put this right here, and that way, excuse me, that way I can see where it's lined up on the one side and line it up the same on the other side. Looks like I have it down a little bit. Let me scoot this down just a hair. This is where your grid could come in, but obviously I'm off the grid here. I could line this up with my grid and then make sure that this piece is good, but I think we're good there. Or you could just take a ruler and run it across to make sure that you get that straight. Then this is just going to go here, and I am gluing on flat. I'm not dimensionaling this because I'm going to dimension the trees. So let me get this centered here. Okay, so the trees, I'm gonna, on my sample, I didn't put them enough dimensionals because this, when we did this card, it was a work in progress. We made some changes to it, changed the color of the cabin and all of that stuff. So fortunately, I didn't have a lot of dimensionals because that would have been hard to do. But you can't see it, but my trees are pretty flat because I only have a few dimensionals on there. And here I'm actually going to, I don't have any little dimensionals in here, so I'm going to create some smaller ones to put up here so that the trees don't go flat. Don't need flat trees, right? Okay. I really miss being live with you guys. I love seeing your comments and knowing that you're here, so please don't forget about me. Let me just pull these off. That's the problem when you put lots of dimensionals on, then you got to peel a lot off. And I have a fan blowing here. I hope that's not making too much noise for you guys. I might turn that off real quick. Got louder before it got quieter. That was just to help it not get too hot in this room when I have the door closed. Okay, and then I'm going to line this up with my white piece. There we go. Okay, now my tag, I'm going to tie, I thought I had a piece of twine here, and I'm not seeing it, so let's grab some more. I just took a double piece of twine and just tied it in a bow. And then we're just going to snip that and use a little glue dot here. Okay, and then I'm going to just stick this on here. Whoops, let me trim this. I don't want that end, and this end I'm going to make into a little tag. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick my bow right on there. Okay. And I don't think I want to put dimensionals on this because, like I said, I already have dimensionals on the trees. So I don't like to add too much dimension because then you're going to have trouble mailing it. So less is more. And the last thing, which I should have done first, is the snowflakes. Do you see the snowflakes on here? So I took a piece of paper and I took my Wink of Stella and I just colored, just mix it up a little bit, on the paper where I was going to cut out my snowflakes. And I think I did this on another card before, so it won't be anything new for you. I'm going to scoot that aside and I'm going to pull out my mini Stampin' Cut machine, and we're going to cut those out as soon as they're dry. Have my plates here, and I need my die, so I'm going to take the little snowflake die. There we go. All right. That's pretty dry, I think. Maybe not quite. All right. See, I just need it in the center there. And of course, if you need more once you're finished, you can touch them up. But this will get most of it. When I made my first card with the stars, I decided to add Wink of Stella after I had them on the card, and that was very tricky. Not a good choice. All right, I'm glad they stayed in here that time. All right, let me just pop them out with my tool. There we go. Okay, we've got 6 of them. We also have little dots there if you choose to use those. All right, I'm going to stick that back in there so I don't lose it. All right, the next thing that I want to do is I'm going to add glue dots where I want my stars to be. So I'm just going to touch down. I'm going to squeeze first and then touch. Just where I want my stars to go. They could be stars, snowflakes, whatever. Maybe I'll do one right here. Okay. And then I'm just going to take this off so I can use it. So I can use both ends because I'm going to have to just sort of, pick it up with this, but because they're tiny and this is sticky, or not sticky, but you know what I mean, tacky, it's not going to come off automatically. So, whoops, I missed that one. That one stuck to my tool. Okay, there we go. Good deal. That card's done. Let me pop this back together. Just press on those a little bit. And I think there's just enough glitter on there to make it shimmer a little bit. Or I should say shimmer there. It's not glitter. So, okay. So that's that one. And I thought I would show you this one that I did with with the cabin. Then this is a different die. It cuts out from the same set. It cuts out all the little parts of the cabin. So this is not stamped, and this is not stamped either. This is just designer paper. So this card was really simple. Added a few of the sequins. And I don't think I'm going to show you any more cards because I have them on plastic. All right, let's go to the next one. We'll do the pumpkin one next. So that's this one. And these are my pieces. So I have pumpkin pie. I have this black and white crosshatch designer paper. And this comes from the Hostess set. There's a Hostess set of designer paper. I want to tell you, it is the bomb. Most of the other sides are really bright and colorful. This one is not, but love this black and white. It's black and white on one side and a different design on of color on the other side of all the papers in that set. And there's 48 sheets of 12 by 12, so it is a huge bundle. I have a piece of vellum that's about 3 by 4, probably 3 by 4 1/4. Let me just look here. Yeah, 3 by 4 1/4. And then I have this cute die cut pumpkin, little intricate designs, and then this other pumpkin. And I have 2 gold leaves cut out of our gold and rose gold designer paper that is in the regular catalog. It's 6 by 6. It's easy to miss. Let me grab my other pieces here. Let's see. Okay. All right. I need my ink pad is what I need. Okay, there we go. So I'm using pumpkin pie because I want to change the color of this paper. I don't want it just black and white because I want this white to pop. So I decided to change it. Ooh, it looks like my pumpkin got some orange. Did I drop my sponge on it? I wonder if I have any other pumpkins. Yeah, I think that was my last. Maybe not. Here's one more. Let's do a pure. It's not white either. It looks like the sponge got against them. Oh well, it's all right. We can have a little bit of orange on our white pumpkin, but I know most pumpkins aren't white, but aren't they gorgeous? Okay, so I'm using our old sponge because I just want some quick color. I could use my brush, but my blending brush, but I don't want to blend. I just want lots of color. And I wanted this really bright. Some of them didn't make it as bright, but I really wanted mine to pop. Okay, let me just get rid of this so I don't make another mess. All right. And that should be dry. Let's see, where's my adhesive? There we go. Let's get that glued on. And that's going to go on our, whoops, our orange card, pumpkin pie. And I'm going to set that aside. Now we're going to build this. And I build this first because I'm not sure where I want to put my glue to put this down. I only put glue where it's not going to be noticeable. Okay, so this pumpkin's going to go down first, and I'm going to just add, oops, I see a little piece there that I missed popping out. There we go. I noticed in the catalog that there were some pieces that they didn't pop everything out of, and I thought, wow, okay, I guess it's okay to do that. So now you know, right? Don't get all uptight if it has a little spot on it. Or if you can't get it out, maybe sometimes if you don't get it cut completely. And this is going to lay here near the bottom of my vellum piece, if you can see where that's at. All right, and then we've got the pumpkin. And because the smudge is here, I might just take and change the edge of that pumpkin. I don't know if that's going to look right, but we'll see. and put that right there. So, and I'm not popping any of this up. I'm going to pop up the greeting because it would take a lot of work to get dimensionals on that tiny little, on all those tiny little pieces, and they would all need dimensionals on them, but have at it if you want to. All right, so these leaves, I have, these two are the seam. So I'm gonna, whoops. Well, I was gonna tuck that behind there, but I already glued that down. That was dumb. There we go. Not a total loss, right? And then a little bit of glue on this one. And we'll tuck that one behind there. How's that? All right, now I'm actually going to, I'm going to put my, I am out of matte black dots except for this one dot that I have left. And these are black rhinestones that we used to carry. So that's what I had to fill in with, and now I can't get it out of the package. One matte black dot. Can you tell I love these guys? So I'm going to pop that up here at the top. And then I will use a couple little rhinestones just so that you can see. For you, you're probably not even going to be able to tell the difference between the two. Okay, so I got 3 of those on there. All right, so now I'm ready to glue this on. So I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to put adhesive right here behind this pumpkin, and maybe here and here, okay? And then I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to put a glue dot. Where did I put my take your picture? I tossed it back here for some reason. I'm going to just pick up, actually, do you know what works really good? Let me show you. If you get paper pumpkin or any of the kits, you have tons of these little things. Oops, it's stuck in there. Okay, these are a little bit smaller than our regular glue dots. And this will work really nice because I can hopefully pick this up and put it right on there. There we go. And maybe I'll put one more down here at the bottom. It's nice if the cover comes with it because then I can press it in place. All right, so, and I'm going to put one more here behind this leaf. And that will help hold this section down a little bit more. I'll take that cover away. Okay, I think that's probably enough. We'll go ahead and center this. Oops. Gotta press down where the glue is. All right, good. Everything's in place. Now we just need to do the sentiment, and I'm going to use Gather Together. Actually, I have Gather Together. Let me use the other one. I'm going to use this one, So Thankful for You. It's a little more tricky to cut out, but that's okay. Well, it's not really more tricky. It's just, it doesn't look as nice. It doesn't lay as nice there. Oh, that was terrible. Ink your stamp, Cindy. There we go. Better the second time. Okay, let me just wash this quick so that I don't make a mess. All right, really quick, I'm gonna just give this a little cut, and you know, don't have to have a lot of detail, just need a little. Just try to make motions fluid. That was a little pointed there. I'm really trying to move my paper so that I don't get lots of little sharp areas. There we go. Well done. Now we will pop this up running out of dimensionals here. Gonna have to replenish. And I think that's good. Got lots of colors to everything, right? All right, and then I might just here, I don't really want to cover my pumpkins with all of that, so I'm going to pop that one there. And then I used some of our black cording from our Baker's Twine assortment. I really am excited about this assortment. You will love it because 5 different colors to work with. I don't think I have a pack of it in here, but I really do use it a lot. And I love our linen thread, but these other colors really are helpful. We have several different tans, a cream, a white, and a gray, I think, or something like that. All right, so I need a glue dot, and I want it to be fairly small, so I'm going to just take my fingernail and just give it a little roll so that it lays right behind that. And we'll pop that on the big pumpkin, and voila, we're finished. All right, so hopefully you like that. Ooh, I don't know what I did there. That's messy. Okay, I think my little alcohol thing is dry that I was cleaning this with earlier. All right, I don't think it's going to get on anything. All right, so we have one more card, guys. Are you still with me? All right, so the next one that we're going to do is the Dahlia one, and we are using Balmy Blue, Night of Navy, and White, and I only need one tag, and I already cut the tags out. Let me go ahead and fold this card. I'm not sure why I didn't do that ahead of time. Oh, actually, okay, here's my sample. All right, so here's our card. Put that up there. Like I said, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm not going to take time to cut this flower out. And boy, this paper is really messy. Oh well, it's only going to get messier, right? Okay, so I have my stamps already on blocks. You can see how much I use that. We're going to use the colors I just mentioned and Pear Pizzazz. I'm adding that as our green. Okay. Get rid of some of my stuff here so that it's out of the way. Oh, I forgot to show you. Hold on one second. I wanted to show you 2 other cards with that pumpkin set. This is the card that we did on Saturday at my bingo event, and that's using the same pumpkins and some die cut things from our Blackberry Beauty ephemera pack, and so pretty. And here's the So Thankful stamp. I embossed that on Mary Merlot, and then we cut that out by hand as well. And then this one I did with our glitzy paper from Celebration. You can earn that free with Celebration. And it is just stunning. I want to use it on everything. It's so pretty. And I added some of our gold ribbon down here at the bottom. And you can even see I just put little snippets there because I did it the whole way across. I just tucked in little pieces. It was a last minute thing, and I was like, yeah, add some gold ribbon to that. I wanted it to be really glitzy and fun. So, yeah. All right, almost forgot to show you those. They were laying right here in front of me, but sometimes that doesn't even matter. All right, we're going to use this first. I always start with the biggest stamp first, and then go to the smaller ones because it's easier to fill in. If you fill them with the small one, then you can't fit your big one anywhere. So I'm going to start with the Balmy Blue, and I'm going to stamp like 3 times or so. I'm hoping I don't need my mat. And I'm just walking around the pad because I want it to ink evenly all around. And one more down here. There we go. Can you see how just absolutely gorgeous that stamp is? All of the detail that's in there. All right. I'm finished with that. Let me just get rid of that. Okay, I'm going to use the small flower. It also has beautiful detail. And I'm going to use that in the Night of Navy. I might need that again, so I'm going to leave that there. This one we're going to do in green. And if you're really picky and you don't want your flowers to overlap, you can bring in a Post-it note. I stamped on it and I cut it out really, really close. Like you can see some of the petals are almost missing. They were so tiny. And I want to be able to see my flower behind it, so that I know that there's not going to be a big gap where I stamp. So I'm actually stamping over here for this one. And that way, when I take it away, it doesn't have stems all over the flower. It looks like the leaves are coming behind the flower. Let me go ahead and, while I have this in place, add another one down here. And let's see. We didn't do this in class because it's not absolutely necessary, but I wanted to show it just in case it's something that that you would like. You can always do that. It does look nice. It looks more finished. Whoops. All right, let's see. Do I want one more in here? I think I want to put a little bit peeking out here. Let me just make sure I have this one here right. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to get rid of that so that you can actually see this without all the ugly color behind it. Isn't that stunning? I'm just so excited about it. Actually, I might add one more blue flower down here. I think it's okay to have a pair of those together. All right, so the background's pretty much filled up. So now we're just going to create a ribbon, and I don't want white because it's not gonna show up with all the white on this card. So I'm going to make it blue, and to do that, I'm going to use my blue I think it's Night of Navy, dark Night of Navy blend, and I'm going to use the brush tip, and I usually just start at the end and lay it a little bit flat and gently rub it across. And as you'll see, it goes through both sides because this ribbon is very thin. This is the perfect ribbon for this, and I'm sure that's what they intended because we only have it in white. But we have all these beautiful blends, so we have almost any color of ribbon that we want, which is fabulous. And I couldn't find my sampler of cards. I don't know what happened to it since I was at class. I don't know if I left them there, but I did one in Balmy Blue and Daffodil Delight, and then I did the ribbon in Daffodil Delight, and it was so pretty. And I do need this whole piece of ribbon, so I'm going to keep going until I finish it. And you can hold it back here where it's drying. I don't want to get it all over my fingers. Okay. That should be good. There we go. It's all colored. It dries really fast, as you know blends do. And we're going to now use our ribbon tire, and we're going to create a double bow. And really, this is the only way that you can do this and only have two tails when you're finished. So I'm wrapping it once, wrapping it again. I'm crossing them in front. The one that's on top will come down underneath, come up around, And then I'm going to tie it in a square knot right here, right in front. And so I'm trying to keep everything nice and square. Give that a squeeze, slide it off, and now we have this cute double bow. And then I just sort of work with it till it's laying exactly how I want it. And we'll take a glue dot and put that on there. I'm going to just leave that on there for a second until I get my tag ready. So for my tag, you could use any saying from the set, and there are quite a few cute sayings. And of course, I can't find my stamp set right this second. Here it is. So thank you kindly, oh so happy for you, sending heartfelt sympathy, and you inspire me. And somebody wanted a get well card, I believe. So we pulled this out of something, and I can't tell you where it came, which side it came from, but it says feel better soon. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp that one in navy. Feel better friend, I'm sorry, not feel better soon. Okay, and then we're going to do some dimensionals with that, and we have 2 dimensional, well, but there's a couple more left on there. Put 2 on here. All right, where do I want to stick this? I'm going to first grab my bow so that I can sort of get a feel for where this is going to lay. Where do I want it? Let's put it right. I don't want it centered. I think I'm going to stick it right there. Off-centered a little bit. And then our ribbon. And we are ready to roll. Let's get this layered. And this is just a 4 by 5 1/4 navy and 3 3/4 by 5. 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. Did I say that right? And then 3 3/4 by 5 for the white piece. Just the typical measurements there. And there we go. So you can see the difference here. Adding that extra little flower is very stunning. It really does set it off. In fact, I think we did both of them in navy on some of our, both the outline and the solid part. But I think this one is just as fine, and it's a little less work. So not a lot of people like to fussy cut, as we found out in class. Some of our clear silver and clear epoxy droplets. And since we have flowers and we've had a lot of rain lately, I'm going to go ahead and use the teardrops. I can't use for them, I forgot. For these, you have to almost get your fingernail under them or something under them. They are really, really stuck to the paper. It's actually, I think, it feels like they were formed right on the paper because they're part of, they feel like they're part of it. And I think we need more than just 3 on this one. So I'm going to stick a couple more there. There we go. Some glamour on there. You can see it. Okay. All right, that is the last project. And I feel really bad that I don't have my other samples, but I looked everywhere before I came in here and could not find them. So don't know what happened to them. So I hope that you enjoyed that. And if you didn't get to come to class, I do have these projects ready to send to anybody who places a minimum $40 order online, and I will send you these projects. It has to be using this code that's up here at the top. Okay, don't forget to use the QRN, and then I will send the projects to you. All right, thanks everybody for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. I